is a short demo of how bots can simplify your work and bring your work to you without you having to log into multiple IT systems. This demo takes you through a typical hiring onboarding flow, which is seen in companies. The HR manager would need to coordinate between multiple interviewers to get the interview feedback, work with the hiring manager to make a decision on the candidate, and generate an offer letter and a contract to be sent out to the candidate once the decision has been made. During this process, there might be multiple logins required to an HRMS system such as Workday, and the HR manager has to constantly work between multiple teams and systems to ensure that the hiring is done in a timely manner. Here, the bot takes you to a typical hiring and onboarding flow, wherein the process of gathering feedback from different interviewees and generating the offer letter and contract is completely automated. Here, the demo starts off when all of the interviewers have finished interviewing the candidate and have entered the feedback on the HRMS system Workday. The bot actually picks up when the interview process is complete and creates a group with the hiring manager and all of the interviewees as well as the HR manager to actually make a discussion on how good the candidate is and to view the feedback that each of them have created. The managers could then have a conversation about the candidate, and based on the feedback, they can decide to whether to create an offer or declare the candidate to be not fit for the particular role. Once a template of the offer letter is ready, you could actually automate the entire process of creating an offer letter by having the HR manager only key in a few key details. In this case, the bot can prompt you on what are the details that need to be keyed in, and can also bring in the details from your compensation details from your HRMS system, such as Workday. And the hiring manager can just enter a few key details and automatically generate an offer directly within the workplace chat without having to log into multiple systems. The bot can automatically create the offer letter and send out the offer letter to the candidate for him to view and review. Once the offer letter is signed by the candidate, the HR manager could then be notified and you can start off the entire process of onboarding. So what the bot basically does is that it orchestrates the entire process of hiring as well as onboarding for you, and you don't need to log into multiple HR systems. You can completely automate this entire process, and you can also ensure that the bot brings the work to you, and you don't have to keep reminding yourself on how and what are the next steps that need to be done for the particular candidate. Typically, before a new employee joins, there are a few processes that need to be completed. IT assets would need to be provisioned, login information on systems would need to be created, and the HR manager and hiring manager would need to be notified on the date in which the candidate is going to join. Workbot and Workplace can orchestrate the entire process for you. When the candidate signs the offer letter, based on the date of joining of the candidate, it can create tickets on the IT systems to provide equipment and logins. It can also create profiles in the HRMS systems such as Workday, chat systems, email systems, and anything that they would need on their first day. So that way, the candidate has all of the equipment and all of the login details that they would typically need on their first day, so that they can be productive directly on the first day itself. Here, what I'm doing is I'm basically choosing all of the equipment that the candidate would need on his first day, and the bot would automatically create a ticket within the ITSM system, such as ServiceNow, to ensure that all of the equipment needed will be ready at 9 a.m. on the date of his joining. The bot could also prompt you on ensuring that the welcome email is sent out on the first day when the candidate is joined. It could also prompt the candidate on what are the onboarding tasks that he would need to complete on this first day. It could create a group with the HR manager as well as the hiring manager on the first day, so that the candidate, the new employee, and the HR manager and the hiring manager can discuss on what can be expected on the first day. The possibility is endless, and you could completely define how you would want to enhance employee experience by using Workbot by Workplace.